Welcome to Logged In. I'm Domonique Foxworth. Another week of social media has flown by and I can't keep up. But that's why my old ass got a young ass co-host. What up, Sheila?
Hey.
You know what we're talking about. The slap that broke the internet, heard around the world.
I didn't hear it.
Okay, yeah, none of us. Yeah, they took it off, but thanks to like Japanese feeds, we all saw it, right?
All saw it.
That's what happened.
So,
I mean, just in case you've been living under a rock, this is what happened. Will Smith walked up on the stage after Chris Rock made a bad joke, which, like, that's the most important part. Like, if you're gonna get slapped for a good joke.
Yeah,
it wasn't even funny, and it was insensitive. And Will Smith rocked him in the face with open hand slap. So, let's get to the good stuff. The memes. What are the memes that came out of this that you love the most?
Black Twitter broke. Like, I swore that Twitter was just gonna go down and reboot the next day. I cannot stop laughing at this one. They got Jussie. Like, is it too soon to say Will Smith hit me too?
I appreciate the crossover appeal, but the problem with Mr. Smollett is nobody actually hit that man.
And you know what? Did Will really hit Chris? I don't know. I don't know.
We're going to get to the conspiracies later on. What else popped up on your timeline that you liked?
Fashion Nova. One thing about them is when something happens, they hop on the trend and they'll put a sale on it too. Fashion Nova said, we done slapped 40% off the entire site. Like, come on, Fashion Nova.
Oh man, I respect it. It's capitalism. Everybody's making money off of this. I saw people like selling bedspreads and t-shirts. Like, it happens so fast. The internet is entirely too fast and too dangerous. I know, like, yesterday or the day before it all happened, like, the internet was full of like stories about Ukraine. There's a bunch of stuff going on. There's stories about the Oscars, frankly.
Not anymore.
And from the time the slap happened, like, we forgot that they bombed in Ukraine. We forgot everything else that was going on. Nothing mattered in this world other than Will Smith. And let's just take for a second, because I feel like we've glossed over the fact that it was so ridiculous. This man stood up. One of the most famous men in the world stood up at the Oscars, walked on stage, open hand slapped.
Nipsey Hussle slapped that man.
Another very famous man turned around, walked back to his seat, sat down, and then accepted the biggest honor of his professional life all in the same night.
Well, you can't forget the cuss out after.
Oh, yes.
Like, that's what made it better. It was like icing on the cake. And then Diddy, Mr. Love came out and was like, yo, we could have handled this, like, if we beefing at a wedding, keep it at the wedding.
It's so crazy. And all the ancillary characters were like super famous, like Tyler Perry and Denzel Washington are trying to talk him down, telling him that the devil comes for you at your highest. Actually, I feel like, don't the devil come around at your lowest moment? I don't know.
I don't know what moment that was, because Will was going through a lot of emotional highs and lows. We got the tears, we got the sweet, like, it was giving church elders, but I appreciated Denzel and Tyler Perry.
I do think so. While it's an undeniably funny moment, it's also undeniably sad, but we got to get these jokes off. But before everybody comes out with the think pieces and they make us feel bad about having fun at it, are there any other memes that you want to share with the people?
Well, guess they're gonna keep coming for us. This is one of my other favorites. Will just did what he thought Tupac would have done.
I saw that. I actually read Will Smith's book, and in that book, he talked about how he always thought of himself as a coward, and one of the things that made him uncomfortable was Jada's relationship with Tupac, because Tupac was not a coward. And so, like, a lot of people are tying this moment to that. I would not go that far, but that's a painful one, because it feels like this was a build-up for Will Smith. Like, I'm sure that one joke wasn't that bad. This was a result of, like, frankly, the August Alsina stuff. Like, Jada had a relationship with...
An entanglement. Don't do her like that.
My bad. She had an entanglement with an R&B singer, and that became public, and Will was getting roasted for that. Will's been roasted for a lot of things. Will's always been thought of, while gangster rap is on the rise, back when I was a kid, before you were born probably, Will was...
rap.
I mean, that's what it was called back in the day. Gangster rap was on the rise. That's what it was. Now it's just called, like, American music.
Yeah, American rap.
But when it was coming up, everyone was hard. Like, I remember being, like, in the 5th grade, trying to pretend like I was tough. And we would make fun of Will Smith and rappers like that. And, like, he's endured that throughout all the success that he's had. He's endured that throughout all of his life. And now he's like, nah, that ain't me no more.
I mean, but when I think of him, I think of you got in one little fight and your mom got scared, you moved to Bel Air. Like, Will, no one thought, Big Willie, okay, no one thought of you as, like,
Well, he was sick of that.
Easy out here.
But
like.
the fact of the matter is, a week ago, if I say, hey, I want to introduce you to my friend, he act just like Will Smith. You gonna be like, think a certain thing. Now, his name is associated.
Like, okay, what's up? What's up?
Now I know who you are into.
Yeah,
now I know what type
together.
of guys that you like. Is that all the jokes that we gonna get into today, or you got anything left?
You know what? We're gonna leave it where it's at for
All
right
right,
now,
cool.
because Black Twitter is still going off.
Yeah.
So.
All right, let's put the jokes aside and see like what you actually think about the moment. And I think I kind of know now. Like as a old man, I just turned 39. When I woke up, because I was asleep, when I woke up and looked at my phone and watched the video, like I was really shocked. I was like, what in the world? I was like kind of stunned. And then the next place my head went was, man, did Will Smith just raise the bar for all of us? Like, I feel like if somebody says something to my wife that's like disrespectful, prior to Will Smith, I thought that I could shut it down with, hey, we ain't gonna be doing that. Now you better cool it.
The look and the deep, like, hey. Yeah.
And then I looked back at her like, I got you. I thought that's all I needed to do.
Nah.
Now,
it's run up, get done up on
so
site.
Watching it though,
Okay.
did you had no reaction of like disappointment, sadness, like, because that was kind of, I'm ashamed to say it, because I want to be cool and young and enjoy all the laughs, but I also like the overwhelming feeling for me was like disappointment.
I was disappointed in how it played out. Where I'm like, dang, you could have slapped him backstage. Like, you had to do the open hand on the stage like that. But I did appreciate him defending his wife.
Yeah.
That's a hurtful thing. Alopecia, she's spoken out about it recently too. And it's like, if Chris Rock can catch it, somebody else should have caught that.
Yeah.
And for you to get up there and still do it, and he been told you, keep my wife's name out your mouth.
We established that I'm the old one, you're the young one. Do you even remember the movie G.I. Jane? Like, it's just a terrible joke.
I saw the action figure.
It's just a terrible joke, too. Like, Chris Rock is not one of my favorite comedians, my favorite comedian. That joke is garbage. Alopecia aside, that joke may have been popping in 98. It ain't popping in 2020.
I don't think hair jokes in general, though, are popping. Like, that's nasty work. He had us all buy the relaxers with good hair. And then wants to make a joke about her hair.
That's fair.
I mean, people do, when you are bald or have a shortcut, person in the comment who called me Cisco, y'all do make these hair jokes.
I'm not laughing at the joke. I'm laughing at the way that you addressed it to the camera.
Because I had to. You know who you are. Don't let me get your username.
Well, most of the people in the comments, they actually really, really love you. But let's go. Unfortunately, I don't got the same admirers as you. Maybe, I don't know, they're not looking close enough.
Oh, ooh.
Yeah, I hit them with that.
Y'all get the close-up?
I hit them with that.
Okay, the look, the smolder.
Oh yeah, it's
Okay.
too much for. It's too much for. We're gonna get a rated MA after that look. All right, so this is by far, I think, the most historic award show moment. But I want to know, what are your favorites? I'm gonna start. My favorite award show moment is gonna surprise you. LeBron James hosting the ESPYs. Now, he did musical performances. He had a bunch of wardrobe changes. So I want you to take a look at this performance of his prerogative, a Bobby Brown parody that LeBron did. And he was like the best player in the NBA at this time, also hosting the ESPYs. His prerogative.
Oh, he had backup singers too.
Yeah, he did. This
LeBron, the lights. I know that's right.
What kind of laughter do you think that is? Is that laughter like genuinely impressed with it, or like laughter of embarrassment that the other celebrities are having?
That's like secondhand embarrassment.
It is.
Okay, like.
They're just jealous. They're just jealous because I think he actually did a great job considering he like played characters. And like I mentioned, all the while, he's one of the best players in the NBA hosting the ESPYs. It was a legendary moment for me.
He's giving us personality. I'm not mad at it.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at it. I didn't know. Was I alive back then?
Yeah, you were alive.
Okay.
You may not have been paying attention, but you were alive.
But see, I know LeBron now to have personality. So to see it early on in his career too is cool.
How many hammer pants do you think you could make out of one pair of LeBron hammer pants? Because that's what he had on. I mean, I think that equates to
like 10.
like 10 normal size hammer pants. All right, what's the moment you want to point to?
My favorite was when Monique opened the BET Awards as Beyonce. She was giving us big Beyonce, big Sasha Fierce, big uh-oh vibes.
I'm sorry, like I feel like maybe I should remember it. Maybe I'm gonna get a hole punched in my black card for this, but I don't remember. I'm from Baltimore too, so like I love her.
What's going on?
But I don't remember
Where were
that
you
moment.
at?
I mean,
I was off the porch. You talk about me all you want. I was off the porch. My little 8-year-old brain remembers that moment because I was like, dang.
It was an outstanding moment, I guess. One that I can't remember. But I'm gonna move on to change my mind, the last segment. So here we go. We're gonna get a little bit more serious because I do think I've come to the conclusion that this was not good for them professionally. So please, I know you and all the young internet-y folks believe that this was a good professional thing for both of them. Please explain to me how this is good for them, these guys who are two enormous celebrities. Now I feel like no matter what happens for the rest of their careers, this is what we're gonna talk about. This is what we're gonna remember.
But were people mad? People hugged Will after.
That's true.
He got the church elder speech, okay?
And
Chris Rock just disappeared into the night. Ticket sales went up. So I don't really think it hurt their brand. They're making money, they're getting followers. At the end of the day, Will Packer did promise us a very entertaining Oscars. Everyone's name is in our mouth now, and a meme on the internet, so I don't think it's bad.
Will Packer was producing Oscars. Is he the first black person to produce the Oscars?
I believe so.
I'm sure that the internet will let us know.
I know.
I'm sure the internet has plenty of jokes about the first black Oscars. Oscars are so black this year.
That's the new hashtag.
I don't like that hashtag. I will not accept it. But I will say this. I understand that Chris Rock is on tour, and I'm sure the sales are going up, and I'm sure that he's going to have material based on this for years to come. But I'm going to say one thing. Maybe for Will Smith, this is good professionally because he's going to start doing action movies. Like
live action.
Yeah.
Stunt double.
Yeah, and to be remembered as the dude who, whether you think it was right or not, be remembered as the dude who walked on stage and defended your wife because she was not like under any real attack. Slapping a man wasn't necessary. But to be remembered as the dude who slapped a dude on stage, it's one thing. But if I'm Chris Rock, I don't care how much my concert sales go up. I don't care how much material I get. I do not want to be remembered as the fool who got slapped.
Where's he from? Because he can't go back after that.
He's a Brooklyn dude.
He can't go back.
I think he's been out of Brooklyn for a long time.
You can tell, because he let him turn his back and walk right off that stage. He's been out.
Even if I'm losing that fight, like I gotta tackle you.
Yeah,
like I gotta tackle you. We gotta figure this out. Maybe my career is over, but that's just what I gotta do. But I do want to bring up this last thing. Conspiracy theorists are out. So I read this headline this morning on Vice. Will Smith slapped Chris Rock and QAnon is starting. Conspiracy theorists immediately dismissed the smack as fake, designed to distract the world from the real horrors of Hollywood. Actors trafficking children and drinking their blood. Now, I don't care what you say. You don't want to be associated with that foolishness.
The drinking the blood was a bit. That was
That's new.
That's new.
Like us being in DC, we're aware of like Comet Pizza, like that conspiracy where there was people in the basement. And Comet Pizza doesn't even have a basement. There are lots of there's lots of wild conspiracy theories out there. But to be attached to that, like that's outrageous. And do they accept now that they are just viewing these things for entertainment, or do you think there is a significant portion of society that's reading these type of conspiracies and like really believing it?
Hear me out.
Okay.
TikTok will make you believe a conspiracy theory. I'm serious. I'm convinced that Avril Lavigne is dead. You gotta see it.
I was about to ask you which one got you. I didn't know that was popping on TikTok. So who is Avril Lavigne?
A body double. And that's why we don't really hear her sing that much anymore. Look it up. It's a good one.
All right, we're gonna have to end on that one. Apparently, since you have changed my mind to believing that this is good for careers, you and me gotta figure out what we gonna stage. It ain't gonna be a slap, that's for damn sure.
It's not gonna be a slap, but we gonna give y'all something.
Well, if you wanna follow us, you wanna check out Sheila on social media, all you creeps in the mentions, I see what y'all doing. You can DM her directly so I don't have to read what y'all flirting asses doing on the internet. Go ahead, Sheila, tell them where to find you.
Follow me on Twitter at toldbyshe, or follow me on Instagram at toldby.she.
Creeps. Don't follow me, you creeps. Come back next week, though.